Whether you're 18 coming right out of high school or you are in some sort of transition phase in your life and you want to start over somewhere else, joining the Ironworkers Apprenticeship Program is a great place to go.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
We were going to have Otis, the training coordinator for the Ironworkers Local 477, on the program today, but I don't believe he's in the Zoom. Is that correct? Not in the Zoom? Okay, yeah. He may have had too much fun on the 4th of July. I haven't heard from him. But I know a good bit about the Ironworkers, so I can go ahead and just give you a little bit and direct you to where to go for more, because there is a deadline coming up that I want to make sure that everybody is aware of. So the Ironworkers Union, the Ironworkers Union Local 477 is the local of the Ironworkers in North Alabama, and East Mississippi and Southwest Tennessee. They have a pretty large jurisdiction if you actually take a look at their jurisdiction map on their website. But the Ironworkers is it's a union. It's a trade association that dates back to the 1890s. They represent about 120,000 workers in North America. Members of the union have worked on nearly every major construction project that you can think of, including the Golden Gate Bridge, the Sears Tower, the St. Louis Arch, the oil sands plant expansion in Alberta, the World Trade Center, and Freedom Tower. They represent ironworkers who work on bridges, structural steel, ornamental, architectural, and miscellaneous metals, rebar, and in shops across North America. They build, and they build safely and skillfully, getting the job done right and on time. They provide many benefits and support their members. The benefits include the advantage of working under a collective bargaining agreement that brings bigger paychecks, better health and retirement benefits, more secure jobs, and safe working conditions. You can explore their website and find out more about ironworkers and how they're building the infrastructure of North America. You can go to ironworkers.org. And, specifically here in North Alabama, I believe, if I'm remembering right, and of course you're going to want to reach out to the phone number that I give you here in a second to verify this, but I believe that the first-year apprentices for the Ironworkers Local 477 begin at $18 an hour. $18 an hour, and you almost immedately after becoming an apprentice, I think it's 60 to 90 days or something like that before it kicks in, but almost immediately you get full health coverage, $0 in premiums. You get, you begin paying into your pension. You get a pension, a defined benefit pension, not a defined contribution, defined benefit. You also get the benefits of working under, like I said, a collective bargaining agreement where there are safety standards and enforceable safety standards and things like this. And after a 4-year apprenticeship program, which is the equivalent really in instructional time, and the amount of material that you have to learn is really the equivalent of a college degree, their 4-year apprenticeship program. At the end of that, you are you become a journeyman for the ironworkers, making $30 an hour with, again, maintaining all of those benefits, healthcare, a pension, safe working conditions, and the like. Another one of the benefits of working for the ironworkers, and this is going to be true of any trade union as opposed to working for a local non-union trade contracting company, is that the trade unions are international operations in the United States and Canada. And so if for some reason work dries up in your area, you can go and get a job in another jurisdiction. You can go slot right into another local union in another area where the work is, there's always something being built, right? And so you can move anywhere you want in the United States and Canada and slot into a local union and get a job there. That's a really a unique benefit that you only get if you are a part of these international trade unions that you do not get if you're working for some, local podunk, Bill's Bible Contracting, right? I mean, you're not gonna if stuff hits the fan for Bill's Bible Contracting, you just don't have a job, right? And then you kind of got to figure out something else to do. Well, if something goes wrong and the market doesn't have the jobs to support you in the area, then you'll be able to move somewhere else and get a job there, and that's a really unique opportunity that you have with the building trades unions. So, those are some of the benefits of working for a trade union. It's a really, really great program. Highly recommend it if you do not believe that you are, the college type. It's a great way to the middle class. And if you're going to be going into the construction trades, I could not recommend more highly going into the construction trades unions, right? Because if you're not in a union, actually, construction workers are 40% more likely than the average than the average worker in the United States to have to be on some sort of public assistance. They are much more likely to be on welfare or something because they don't in the construction industry, actually, most people don't make that much money. They don't make enough to have a good kind of middle class life. They don't have those kind of benefits. A lot of non-union construction jobs do not have health insurance. They certainly don't have retirements or pensions or things like this. So lots of reasons to join the trade unions. And you can become an apprentice even if you are not young, right? We actually spoke to somebody, this has been probably 2 years ago now, who turned his life around. He was from Alabama, born and raised in Alabama, but he had sowed wild oats and was in prison in New York for multiple years, and came back home in his late 20s and joined the iron workers, went through the apprenticeship program, and now, he's got 2 kids, he's got a wife, he's got a house, living a really great kind of super stereotypical, middle-class American life because of the Iron Workers Union, and because he was able to get that second chance. So whether you're 18 coming right out of high school, or you are in some sort of, transition phase in your life and you want to start over somewhere else, joining the Iron Workers Apprenticeship Program is a great place to go. And really any trade union apprenticeship program, but I just happened to notice this deadline coming up. And so I wanted to tell you all about it. The deadline is July the 12th. That is the last day to apply for the Iron Workers Apprenticeship Program, July the 12th. Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate. And now I'm not entirely sure about what all the requirements are for applying. So on Monday, you're going to want to call their office. That's 256-383-3334. You're going to want to call their office and ask them, how do I apply to become an apprentice? I believe you have to go in person to Sheffield and drop off an application, get an application, and then fill it out and drop it off. I believe that's the case. And their address is 506 Nashville Avenue, Sheffield, Alabama, 35660. 506 Nashville Avenue, Sheffield, Alabama, 35660. Again, that phone number is 256-383-3334. That's 256-383-3334. And the deadline to apply is July the 12th. That is Friday. You only have 1 week if you want to apply to be in the Iron Workers Apprenticeship Program. You need to get on that. So reach out to the Iron Workers for details about how to enroll, and start a good life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great career option. And I just wanted to personally, shout out Iron Workers 477. They have been great to work with. They have been great supporters of this project here at the Valley Labor Report, from the beginning. And they are also great allies of the North Alabama Area Labor Council. They're based in the Sheffield area. They don't have to participate in the North Alabama Area Labor Council. They have one in the Northwest Alabama. But they do it because they really care about working folks, not just the members that are in their local, but they really care about working folks in Alabama. Anytime there's something going on as a labor movement, we can always count on Local 477. So I want to, just give a shout out to Jeb and Eddie and Otis and all those guys out there. They do a lot of great work with their members, getting good work, good paying jobs, good careers for these folks. something we promote a lot when we talk to young people. But like you said, Jacob, anybody who's looking for a career change, whatever the situation, if you're working with your hands or want to work with your hands, the building trades apprenticeship programs are definitely the way to go. And we're big fans of Local 477 for sure. We really appreciate the ironworkers. We got a chance last summer to visit their apprenticeship competition in Chattanooga for the entire Southeastern District. And it was amazing just to see the skills that these people have.
Yeah.
Things that, I could never do, or, maybe I could if they train me up, right? And that's the thing. They do train you up and build you up and build you a really solid career where you can work wherever you want to work. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely hit them up. And we really appreciate 477 for all they do for the labor movement here in Alabama.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just for men either. There are, women can join the trade unions. There's a big push within the trade unions to try to, diversify their membership and get more women in the trades. And when we were at the Southeastern Ironworkers Apprenticeship competition, we did see a few women. And they were very good. They were,
Absolutely.
really I was about to say holding their own, but that would, be as if it's kind of surprising that they were holding their own. It's not surprising. And then they did. They held their own and they were really doing the ironworker stuff just as good as the men. And so it was really exciting to see. If you're,
and if you think of anyone, that's the thing, like maybe you're listening and that's not really for you, but you may know some folks in your life that need a career change, or they're young folks coming out of high school, they need something to do. Steer them into an apprenticeship program, because it's not just the good wages and the great benefits that they get. It's being part of a community, being part of something bigger than yourself, having sisters and brothers there who have your back. It's a cliche often in America that like your company is your family, or bosses often say, oh, we're a family at this business, at this company. But when you're in a union, there's truth to that. You really are union siblings, and you look out for one another. And that's really important, I think, for folks. You need that. You need that sense of community and camaraderie. So, yeah, can't recommend it enough.
Yep. And again, just Local 477 in particular, they're really great. They'll treat you right, and they'll do what they can to make sure that your apprenticeship is successful. So
absolutely.
That phone number one more time is 256-383-3334. We have Vonda in the chat, president of the Nashville Labor Council. Trades are careers, not just jobs. Wonderful opportunities, best training and safety practices in the trades unions, and lots of sisters in the brotherhoods. So and
they're doing really cool stuff in Nashville with the Music City construction careers. They're doing really cool stuff. Getting in the schools, they have a whole pipeline of talent. I mean, it's really impressive.
That was one more thing that I wanted to say before we wrapped up this segment, is that if you are, Adam said, if this doesn't apply to you, you don't feel like, but you might know somebody who would be interested in an apprenticeship program, we're going to clip this and you can send that to them for their information, and maybe they'll want to get an apprenticeship. But also, if you have any relationships in the schools in North Alabama, the North Alabama Labor Council has been building on a program to get particularly the building trades in the schools to be at career fairs, to speak to history and social studies classes, to speak to students at the career tech centers about opportunities in the building trades unions. So you can reach out to us, tvlr.fm/contact, and we happen to know people in the Labor Council. We might know a couple of people in the Labor Council, so we'll pass that on, and we'll work on getting some folks in your school, and that's even middle schools. I mean, we'd be down to talk to anybody about unions, the opportunities that they present today, some of their history, and it is part of Alabama's history standards is to teach about, there is a labor history part of the curriculum in Alabama that has to be taught. And so Adam was a public school teacher, and he's developed a curriculum that, we that we as the North Alabama Labor Council come into history classes and teach for the teachers, like have guest lectures, and it's to Alabama's history standards. But then you get that added benefit of actually having us bringing in union members talking about how, okay, you just learned the history. What is it like today? And so it's a really unique opportunity for the kids that we do through the Labor Council, and we're really proud of it. So yeah, if you know somebody that would be interested in the apprenticeship program, forward this information to them. And if you have connections in the schools, let us know and reach out to us, and we work with anybody to try to get some of these lessons in the schools.
Absolutely.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.